Alright, we got a Coleman B200RSV here. We've put my upgraded front end on. Now we got to fix the back end. We're going to use the Big Nasty Bike Swingarm extension kit here. I'm going to show you how to install it, and I'm going to show you why it's better than the pivot point relocation kits. Now to install this kit, we're going to need a 14mm wrenching socket and a 19mm wrenching socket. Alright, the first step, we're going to take a 19mm nut loose and hold that with a 14mm wrench, take our axle out. Alright, now that we got the tire out, we can start to see how this kit goes on. This is made to match up exactly to the swing arm here. We got it installed like this, both sides are the same. We can see we have virtually no slop in it. Those two bolts sit exactly at the ends of the slot. We're going to take the rear portion of the extension. It matches up perfectly to the swing arm like this. Alright, we got it all installed. Sheesh! Look at the fitment, baby. Alright, same thing on the other side. Kind of locks in with the factory swing arm. Tight. Now let's take these bolts and relocate them to this front hole. You have to drill this out to fit that 10mm bolt. This is going to let us get more travel out of the suspension. Alright, we've installed our brake caliper extension bracket like this. Alright, now we've got it all back together like factory. Nothing changes with the spacers or anything. Sheesh! Alright, so why do this instead of relocate the pivot point? So by angling these shocks, we are dividing the damping force, making room for more travel. And by actually extending the swing arm rather than just moving the pivot, we are making room for more travel as well. So we're getting a 2-inch lift from this kit as well. We're getting 1 1/4 from the shock relocation, and we're getting a 3/4 from that swing arm extension. One of the most important things about this kit, extending the swing arm this way by making a true extension, is you won't have all the chain deflection problems like you have with the pivot point relocate, because we're actually extending the swing arm and adding travel and adding lift without negatively affecting the pivot point location. So this is how she sits. Now I might jump my big tail on here just to show you how much more travel this thing has. It would bottom out with me on it before. I'm 275 pounds, and I'm going to jump up and down on this thing. Now with the swing arm changes and the suspension angle change, this thing will go about a 1/2 inch from the fender before it bottoms out on the bump stops there. So you're getting a lot more travel than stock.